What's going on, everybody? With everything like at a standstill, especially for like the entertainment industry, that trickles all the way down into every artistic field, and in my field, especially dance. The standstill has sparked an energy of people wanting to learn more and get themselves right. In many ways, not just the physical aspect of the dancing, but people want to get their business right, people want to get their marketing and their branding right. They're using this time to try to re-up and approach dance a little differently, so when things open back up, they can be a little bit more prepared. One thing I see now a lot is that there's a lot of teachers and guiders stepping out of their cocoons, and some people are just doing what they always been doing. And for me, looking at that and being a dancer all this time, and meeting people, and just gaining experience and knowledge and wisdom, one thing that you have to be mindful of is when you looking for someone to teach and guide you, you have to be able to look at them in full totality, meaning that you got to be able to discern everything about them that works for you and everything that doesn't. And you have to really make a decision. It's like, well, do I even really need to be learning from this energy? Like, what can this energy actually teach me? Or is this energy actually keeping me in my comfort zone just because I'm comfortable? And I hear that a lot nowadays, especially with the young people. People say like, oh, they're going to this one because they're comfortable with this one. In the school that I came up in, or the era that I came up in, comfortability don't breed no success or no progression. It was the people that took me out of my comfort zone that helped me grow. So if a person is just keeping you comfortable, and that's why you going to them and training and labbing or whatever you call yourself doing as a dancer, and the person's not actually pushing you, it's like, well, what are you really, learning? Like, or are you learning to stay stagnant, or are you cloaking in a false sense of progression? Because are you really moving forward? Because if you're always comfortable, then you're not getting anywhere. And there's an old cliche saying that, oh, if young people like you, all the young people like you, then you're not doing your job. If they don't like you, you are, because you're challenging them, you're pushing them forward. So, when you guys are out there looking for teachers and guiders, like, start analyzing everything you see. Like, look at the people around them. Look at who they associate with before, they start trying to talk to you and preach to you about things. Like, just look at their whole life in totality. What have they done? Like, what have they been through? Like, what true life experience do they really have? And you'll be able to hear that in their dictation to you, like, because they'll be pulling from real places or real teachings that they got themselves. A lot of times y'all be in front of people that didn't even get taught, and they got this whole, oh, I'm self-taught thing. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but your self-taught is limited. Like, you have to experience people, you have to experience environments, especially with dance. Like, it's so much. You could have, back in the day, you went into the club and it's like 300 people in the club, and you absorbing all of that energy from those 300 people. Therefore, you're learning from like 300 people at one time. So it's like, have you ever done that? Have you ever learned from any, OGs or whatever? Like, have you ever, you yourself, been truly a student to even be in front of these young people's face trying to be a teacher? You understand what I'm saying? So, as all I'm going to say is that whether a young person or a regular person that's trying to learn something, because this just doesn't apply to dance, it applies to life too. Like, when you looking for guidance and mentorship and teachers to learn from, because there's nothing wrong with that, we all need that, you got to just make sure you locked in a little bit more into discernment in order to make sure that you're attracting what you actually need, and not just testing the waters with people that just want to present themselves to you like, oh, they can do this, oh, they can do that. Because there's a lot of people out here that don't know nothing. And an experienced person like me, I can just have one conversation with them and I'll let you know, like, oh, they don't know nothing. Oh, okay, well, yeah, they can dance and they can do a little movement. All right, that's cool. Like, I know a million people that can do that. I can bring you to them that can do that. So it's what do you really want out of the situation? Do you really want to grow as a dancer mentally, physically, and spiritually? Or do you just want to be comfortable with people and for them to build your self-esteem? There's nothing wrong with that. But after a while, it's like, all right, well, my self-esteem is built. What am I going to do with this now? You understand what I'm saying? So it's all in how serious you take what you're doing. You know what I mean? I'm not knocking nothing. I'm not knocking nobody, but I'm really just trying to elevate people's consciousness in terms of like dealing with people and seeing what you actually want when you collaborate or exchange energy with people. Like, cause you got to know what you want or you're not going to move forward with anything. And those people that know better, they're going to allow you to just stay in that and keep giving them money and this, that, because they know that you lost and just going in circles on a hamster wheel. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep the discernment at the forefront of your mind. Like, can this person really help me? Or is this person just feeding my ego? Or is this person just babysitting me?